Hi everyone, welcome here to my channel. My name is Fabiana and in today's tutorial I'm going to be making this super cute ear warmer for kids. To make this ear warmer, what you're gonna need is just a Sentro 48 needles or an Addi 46 needles, can be either of these machines. And as well, you're gonna use just a little bit of yarn, really, it's not much at all. Like I had here just half of a ball of this one and a little bit of this one. So it's around, I don't know, 20-30 grams of yarn. You can make a single color if you want. I just tried this combination here, which I think is cute. And you can make for a boy as well if you add the blue instead, or a yellow or something like that would look cute too. So I made two versions of this koala and I actually prefer this one. On the other one on the back I added a different color on the ears, but I think I really prefer this one. Now I made the eyes with embroidery, but if you want you can use the little round beads. You can do that too. And so in this pattern I'm going to show you how to make this koala, how to make the little pompons, because they are very little, so you make in a different way, how to make the ribbing on both sides at the end of the work, okay? So, and also for this ear warmer here, you can make, and I'm gonna put here on as an image for you guys to see. There are many options that you can make with this round crochet circle. That's really easy, guys. So you can choose to make a bear or any other animal you prefer, or a lion or anything. They will all look cute as well and mix and match colors. I think that's a great pattern. And it took me around 3 hours to make because of the little face and the pompons, okay, and all the embroidery and everything. But it's definitely not that, it's a fast pattern to make, and you're gonna only use scrap yarn and you're gonna have a beautiful ear warmer for your child. It's really cute. So let's get started, guys. So to start this project, I'm going to be using waste yarn for 4 rows, and I'm going to be casting on every needle to work on the tube mold of my Sentro Knitting Machine. So just weaving the yarn in front of the first needle and on the back of the second one, and just repeating this all the way until you reach the first needle again. And now work for 4 rows with the waste yarn before we change the color to the color of the headband that you chose. Now cut the waste yarn and place inside the machine, and then start using the color that you chose. Make sure to leave a longer tail, just because we are going to bind off the stitches with the same tail after that. So around a meter of tail is enough, just so we don't have to make knots at the end to make the ribbing after. And now I'm going to make 6 rows with this gray color before I start changing the colors to make the stripes in the middle. And these 6 rows are going to be for the ribbing that's going to be made after we remove this headband off the machine. Now, after I finish the last row, what I'm going to do is start changing the colors. So to do that, I'm going to just place the gray color without cutting the yarn inside the machine, and then I'm gonna put the pink color right in front of the first needle to start work with the pink. And then I'm going to be making 2 rows with each yarn color. So I'm not going to really cut the yarn every time I change the color. I'm going to make these 2 rows, and then after that I'm going to just swap the colors like I'm going to be showing you here now. So make the 2 rows. And then once you finish the second row, make sure that last needle will grab the yarn, which is the white one. Make sure the yarn's inside the needle, like I'm showing you here, so you don't drop this stitch. And then place the gray color again in front of needle 1, which is the one right next to the white, and then work 2 rows with the gray color now. So I swapped the colors for 5 times. That's the 5th time that I'm going to change, and that's going to be equal 10 rows. So if you're making a solid color, just make 10 rows straight, and then 6 extra rows after this I'm going to be making with the gray color, just so we can make that ribbing after. And then now, after you finish these 2 last rows with the pink, cut the yarn and place the gray yarn back on the yarn guide to start working then the 6 rows with the gray color for the ribbing on the other side. And then to cast off the stitches, we're gonna use a contrasting color yarn and a tapestry needle to remove them from the machine after we crank the machine without the yarn for 1 row. Okay, so already did that, and now I'm just removing each loop one by one. You can place your finger on the next one just to make sure you're not gonna drop it. And then after a while, when you get practice, you can remove them all, more than one in a row, this way. So remove them all, and then we are going to make the next step after, which is gonna be the ribbing. And then once you remove the headband of the machine, we can already hide these tails on the back. I like to use a crochet hook to do that, just a small crochet hook, and just put through that first stitch and just make a little knot so it won't open, and then you can hide on the back, always behind the same color so it doesn't show on the front as well. So just do this with both of the tails you have on this in this color, and also with the gray, before we start making the ribbing. Now I'm going to start on this side here, and what I'm going to do in order to remove the waste yarn so I can make the ribbing is use a tapestry needle and a contrasting color. Just slip all the loops of all the knitted loops inside this tail so we can remove the waste yarn. Just make sure you grab only the yarn that's gonna be used for the headband and leave the waste yarn loose so we can remove it easily after. And now that all the stitches are inside that yarn tail, we can start removing the waste yarn. It's really good to get this waste yarn out of the way as well. And then, yeah, just remove all the rows. And then I'm gonna show you quickly how to make this ribbing. It's really easy. And we're gonna be making the same ribbing on both sides, okay? So I'm gonna be showing you the one side first, and then you can repeat on the other side the same thing. Now, to start making this ribbing, I'm going to put the hook through the first loop after the tail, and then I'm going to open the second stitch all the way until I reach the other color, the second color that I used to make the stripes. Or you use 6 rows if you are making on a solid color. And then flip the work over. Just make sure you secure the loop before. I'm going to just slide the same yarn tail, waste yarn inside it. Or you can use a marker here as well. And then flip the work inside out, and on the other side we're gonna work this way to make knitted stitches instead of the purl stitches that we have. This way we are going to form the ribbing, which is 1 purl stitch and 1 knitted stitch. So we're gonna make this work that I'm doing here every second stitch, okay? So once you finish, you remade them all, that's what it's gonna look like. And then you flip the work again. And we're gonna put the needle, the hook through the first loop that we have. We're gonna remove this yarn tail here to do that. And then put the hook through the first loop and then the second loop as well. I'll make a slip stitch here and then put the hook through the second loop and make a single crochet again. I'm making single crochets actually. So yarn over, single crochet, and then one more time. And then now repeat the same work again, and then you're gonna remake this second stitch. Flip it over, open a big loop so you don't need to use markers all the time. That way that loop won't open, and then remake the knitted stitches, the purl stitches into knitted stitches on the back of the work. And then just repeat the same work all around the piece and as well on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both sides, and then I'll come back with you guys just to show you how I made the koala face and how to embroider it to this beautiful ear warmer for kids we are making today. And then to finish it, just my tail was over anyway, so just put the hook through both stitches, make these 2 last stitches as a single crochet, and then put inside the first stitch we made, and then just pull through and make a slip knot to finish this first ribbing on this one side. And then right after that, just hide this tail. You're not gonna need this tail anymore. And that's how our ribbing is looking like. It's perfect size for kids, really. It stretches just enough. And now I'm gonna be making it on the other side as well. To make this koala, I'm going to start on the base, which is this round circle here. And to do that, I'm going to start with a magic ring, just like this. I just wrap twice around my finger like this. Put the hook through the first loop and then pull the second one and twist it. So it's gonna kind of close it. And then you make yarn over and pull it through. And then you can remove it. You're gonna be able to slide the yarn and close this hole in the middle. And then chain 1, 2, and then after these 2 chains, yarn over pull through the hole, bring it back, and make a double crochet. Yarn over, put through the hole, double crochet. I'm going to be making 12 double crochets around to make the first part of this circle. Counting with the 2 chains on the beginning, okay, so 2, 4, 6. Then put the hook through that second chain this way, right in the middle of it. That's how I do it anyway. Okay, pull that tail to close the hole, and then chain 1, 2 to go up and start the second round. On the second round, what I'm going to do is just double crochet twice in each stitch. So 2 in the first one, then 2 in the second one, and just repeat this around for this second round. And that's how it's gonna look like. So I'm going to keep doing until I reach the first stitch. You should have 24 double crochets counting with these 2 chains on the beginning. I have now 24 stitches here, and then I'm just gonna put through this first one. And then I'm going to make a last row of single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the fourth one. So 1, 2 in the same stitch, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and then 2. And then repeat this around as well. We're gonna finish with a slip stitch, and then put through that first one and slip stitch, cut the yarn, leave a little tail so you can seam on top of the beanie. Just like this, doesn't need to be very big. So with the black, just wrap around your finger twice. Put the hook through the first one, bring it back. The second one, twist it, pull it. And then on this one, I'm going to make only 10 single crochets around this loop. Then just pull the yarn, make sure it was enough stitches. Put through that first one and slip stitch. Now I'm going to leave a long tail here because I'm going to make the eyes, these little eyes here. That's just embroidery. I'm gonna make them with the same tail. Just leave a little longer tail. Pull it in close. And then I'm going to embroider everything before I attach this koala to the ear warmer. Now with this tail here, I like to put this through the back. Put it on the back here, so it looks round. Just place the nose where you want it to be, like around here, in between both rows, sort of. And then we're going to start seaming it. Because it's black, it's not gonna show much, so you just can place the yarn whatever you want, really. It's not gonna matter. Just make sure you secure it properly. All the edges. Just trying to correct that imperfection. And now just put it to the back here. And I'm going to make the first eye. So make sure it's around the same spot, like around here. Okay, and then put through the top here. And what we're gonna do here, and you can also use little balls if you want. These are the for the eyes. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna wrap these around 4 or 5 times, okay? I'm gonna make 5 because I did on the other one the same thing. And then just pull the needle and arrange them the way you want. Put it to the back there. There's the little eyes. Now I'm going to put through here. And then just make the other one in that same place. Like here. And then put through here. And wrap 1, 2, 3, 5. And then just pull it. Okay, there you go. Okay, and now we can already seam this. So the front, this is the back, okay, because there's the stitches, you can see the joining of the, because I didn't use the jogless join. And just a little more to the back here, because we want a little more space on the front than on the back. And then you can just start seaming it. On the same position of the other one, like here. And now all we need to do is make the little pompons. You can probably make the same color. I think it would look better. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, guys? I'm also thinking of making a boy one with the blue here. I think it's pretty cute. I'm going to show you. Just leave a little tail like this. So to make this pompon, it's quite easy. Because it's all flipped to the front like this, I'm going to just use my 3 fingers like that and wrap the yarn around my fingers 20 times. Put this needle through here. To take it off really gently. And then let's make a knot here. Make sure both sides have enough tail to just seam it on the back and then just close it. Very tight, okay? Then before I cut that, I'm just gonna place it where I want it to be and just make a knot on the back with it. Just like this here. Again, make sure it's tied. Then just hide this tail. And repeat the same with the other one. And now all you have to do is just cut. Because this pom-pom is so small, I decided to do this way, but you can do the normal way, just wrapping around cardboard or just a very little pom-pom maker. Or just do it like this. I definitely think this side's looking better than the other side where I had both grays. So this is the one side which I prefer actually, and this is the other side. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel so you can see more cute tutorials like this one, and also garments and everything. I highly appreciate if you leave me a comment as well, and thank you for watching guys, and I see you on the next week with another tutorial. Thank you and bye. Have a great week.